Sba Options, how to get grants, funding, and micro lending. Let's get started. Hey everyone, I'm Rinde from AskRinde, and welcome to the #1 community for real estate, income, grants, and credit. So if you'd like to know more about Sba Options, from grants to micro lending to funding and more, make sure you watch the video to the end and leave a comment below if you need help with anything. So we're currently in an Sba gap period for grants. With the EIDL and PPP programs rounded up, the Sba is currently in the process of internally closing out those programs and finalizing them. So this process sometimes takes months. As we've been following the Sba for many years, whenever they go through their gap period, it sometimes takes time because they're currently in the process of closing out one program. But rest assured, there are Sba grants currently in the works. And we're going to be updating you on new Sba grants and how you can apply for those new Sba grants. In the meantime, the Sba is expanding access to funding, small loans, and helping contractors get federal work. There are billions available for small businesses and contracts. So for example, in the transportation industry, which I'm a part of, there are millions of dollars in contracts available on an annual basis. But many companies don't go for or compete for those contracts because they're not aware of them, or they don't qualify or are in position to be able to receive and execute on those contracts. So that's one of the things that we teach in our All-in-One Grants Masterclass. We show you how to be in position to be able to compete for these millions of dollars in contracts. Every year, these contracts get awarded to a handful of companies that are in position and take advantage to be able to receive these contracts and in some cases, grants. So it's important to be well positioned for contracts and grants in your state, or out-of-state companies will get that work. And it happens every single year. In many industries and different sectors, companies that are out of state, that have actually been properly set up and actually know what they're doing, go to different states all throughout the entire country and pick up these lucrative multi-million-dollar contracts. And they're doing very, very well. Whereas in your state, if you actually are well positioned, your company is properly set up for these contracts and in some cases grants, you can actually compete and take your business to a multi-million and billion-dollar level in some cases. So how are they able to get contracts in your state? Well, there are three main keys. Number one, they're in the right position. Number two, they are available. Their business is available for the business. And number three, their business is properly set up. And that is probably the most important thing because it actually keeps their business flowing and they're able to go to different markets and compete on a federal level for these contracts to be able to actually execute on and reap millions of dollars in revenues for their businesses. One of the ways to compete for these contracts is to earn an Sba certification. So this is actually position you so that you can actually have a closer relationship with the Sba because you've actually received an Sba certification. Now, part of that process is going to include you taking several steps. First thing is you actually have to apply directly to the Sba for the certification. Second thing is that you actually have to meet the Sba size standards. So the Sba has certain criteria for business size that qualifies you to be able to get certified. And thirdly, your business must be at least 51% owned for whatever type of certification you're going for. So for example, if it's a disadvantage certification, that person, that entity, or that owner must be at least 51% owned going for that type of certification. Same thing with women owned. You must be at least 51% women owned if you're going for that type of certification, and so on and so forth, whether we're talking about the Sba Hub Zone 8A or also veterans. You actually need to be at least 51% owned for whatever type of certification that you're actually going for. Another great option that the Sba is giving to small businesses is that it's expanding is micro lending. Recognizing the need that small businesses have in order to be able to stay afloat and keep going in spite of the economy, in spite of the circumstances that we face in today's world, they actually are offering these Sba-backed loans to these businesses that are up to $50,000. And you can use these micro loans to buy trucks, equipment, marketing, etc. Anything that can cause your business to be able to flourish and grow. Now this money is available, but oftentimes you will not find this money available with institutional lenders. As for them, the loan amount is too small for them to go through the entire process to be able to execute and perform on this loan. So because of that, the Sba is teaming up with mission-based lenders in order to be able to get the capital out. And these mission-based lenders are key to the infrastructure because they actually focus specifically on helping people and businesses that have trouble getting capital. So this is one of the key moves that the SBA is doing in order to be able to help these small businesses by pairing up and teaming up with these mission-based lenders. And we've actually included a list of mission-based lenders in our annual members area at my website, AskRinde.com. So if you actually like to see all the mission-based lenders that are available in order to be able to apply for these SBA-backed loans to help your business to expand, to help your business to be able to get the capital it needs to purchase equipment and form marketing, all the things that you need to do to try to move forward, you can actually go to my website, AskRinde.com, click on grants, and get started today. We actually have all the current and a growing list of mission-based lenders around the country. And we're going to be adding to our mission-based lenders list in our annual members area. We're also going to be adding all the new SBA grants and also SBA grant updates in our SBA grants playlist in our annual members area. So make sure you stay tuned. If you become an annual member, you will have access to be able to see what's new on the SBA's horizon as far as grant programs and what updates we're going to be including in that specific area. So make sure you actually stay tuned as we update you in the annuals members area of what's coming down the pipe from the SBA, so you're in the position to be able to compete for those grants. So if you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below. You can also email me. My email address is AskRindeNetwork@gmail.com. I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Until next time, thank you so much for watching.